Hello and welcome back. Today is Thursday, November 13th. I have your two best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the page. We get a 3-game NBA slate, and let me tell you, it is one of the best ones of all time. Not really. They know the NBA does know how to do one thing early on in his sabotage a Thursday night because they know football is king. They just give you 3 games. We've had 1 game week prior. Now we just get the one. We get one primetime game. That's very nice. Toronto versus Cleveland on NBA TV. 240 over under, the highest over under on the day, and the biggest spread on the day. Cleveland -7. Definitely got to keep an eye out with Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley. They all did sit out last night with the back-to-back, so maybe they play today or maybe they don't play today. Shall be interesting to see what the Cavs do, so we don't have much injury news. And right now I think they both play, but we still don't know as the day goes on. What if they just were like, it's Toronto, we could tank this game, or not tank, but we could take another game off since it's a back-to-back and get fresh for NBA Cup Friday. But we have the next 2 games. We have both at 8 o'clock. We get Indiana versus Phoenix, 230 over under. Phoenix 4.5 point spread. Battle of the losing teams of the league. These 2 teams are injury riddled coming into this matchup. And then Atlanta versus Utah. This game should be a ton of fun, honestly. 233 over under in Utah. I think it's 2.5 point spread. It opened up at 1. I think it's at 2 now, but Atlanta, they just won a great game last night. They're on a back-to-back going to Utah in this game, so I think this one should be a ton of fun. Utah's a little scrappy, even though the record doesn't indicate it, but Keontae George, up for most improved player in my opinion. Lauri Markkanen has been hot to start the season. And then on Atlanta side of the ball, they have Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson. That team is a wagon. They'll come at you the whole entire game, but I got 2 plays here that I absolutely love in today's NBA. And before we jump into today's plays, we got to recap yesterday's action. And yesterday in the NBA, I ended up going 3-2 in best bets. Man, I should have stayed away from the added plays. The added plays went 0 for 2. If you just watched the YouTube video, you went 3-1. We had the injury to Cade Cunningham, so that play does not happen. So I pivoted to Trey Jones. I was going to pivot to Nikola Vucevic, but he seemed like a very popular play. So I went Trey Jones, and that game was dog water. That game was god awful. The moment that game started, I was like, I hate that I have a play in this one. Trey Jones, he was missing free throws left and right early. The Bulls were just subbing in their bench players right away as well. Trey Jones, I think he was him and Montez were the only 2 Bulls that had like a decent stat line. But I leaned on Trey Jones. Should have just went Montez. Montez went crazy in that game. And then Russell Westbrook over 5.5 assists, man. That game was such a dud. That one hurt. I saw that it was his birthday. He was 9 assists away from his 10K milestone. Hey, next game I'm taking his over assist no matter what. That's a guarantee since I think he's only still 7 away from his 10K assist milestone. So he's going to do it in the next game. But Rui Hachimura, Victor Wembanyama both splashed 2 threes for us. And then Jalen Brunson took care of business with a 31-point game. But Rui, I appreciate you. You are our MVP to start off the season. That game was a 30-point blowout. You had 1 3. You started off the game 1 for 1 from 3, and then you miss your next 2 shots. Start of the 3rd quarter in a 30-point blowout. You bang your first shot from 3. I appreciate you. But that was yesterday. Today's a brand new day. I'm wanting a 2-0 sweep. Let's just jump into it. For my first play of the day, going to be in this Cleveland-Toronto game, 240 over-under on NBA TV. Sign me up. It's on primetime. I'll try to always get a play in these primetime games for you. But I'm going on the Toronto side of the ball. We don't know much information with Cleveland coming into this matchup. We don't know if Donovan Mitchell will be playing. We don't know if Evan Mobley will be playing. Most likely both will be playing since they both show up on the sports books. But hey, we don't know if Cleveland will just do I was kidding, they're not going to play in this matchup. But I'm going to the Toronto side of the ball, and this man has been solid to start up the season. I think Josh O in the comments section said this play a few weeks ago. I took a note of it, and he's been solid for this Toronto Raptors team. So give me Brandon Ingram to go over 19.5 points, coming to -117 on DraftKings. The Cavs allow the 7th most points to the small forward position. They do give up the 2nd most threes to the small forward position, but I'm not adding that to that, or I'm not really stating it because Brandon Ingram doesn't take much volume from beyond the arc. In these last 7 games, the Cavs allowed the 7th most points to the small forward position. So it's a position that they are struggling. Like 12 games into the season or 11 games into the season, they were the 7th ranked, and now after 7 games, after the first few cobweb games are gone. They're still struggling to defend the small forward position. 7th most points to the small forward position. And Brandon Ingram has been hot, going over 4 for his last 5, averaging 21 points per game, coming off of a 25-point game. Last 5 games he's had 26, 13, 20, 21, and 25 points. He has a 73% hit rate on this number, going over, averaging 21.4 points per game this season. And he's gone over 3 for his last 4 against the Cavs. Last 4 games, he's had 17, 20, 20. Those 3 games were all on the Pelicans. In his most recent game on the Raptors, he had 20-point games. They just played a game on the 31st, had 20-plus points in that game. So he shows he can get the over in prior games. He's come into this matchup with 4 straight 20-plus road games on the season. He has a 71% hit rate on the road this year, averaging 19.7 points per game. So I love my ultimate road warriors. He steps it up on the road for this Raptors team. Cleveland allows the 28th most mid-range shots, and guess where Brandon Ingram likes to take a lot of his shots? He takes 32% of his shots in the mid-range. So nice little 2K hot zone inside the paint. Inside the three-point line, they give up the 28th most mid-range shots, and Brandon Ingram takes 32% of those. It's a nice little hot zone for him. I've been projected at 22-plus points here, so we get a nice little 2-point advantage here. And small forwards have been having great games against Cleveland. OG Anunoby had 24. Zaire Williamson had 25. Jaylen Brown, 30. Brandon Ingram, 20. Kelly Oubre, 19. Trey Johnson, 18. Isaac Okoro, the revenge game, we took that over, had 19. Yami Yaquez, 22. And Simon Fanchio, back-to-back 13 points games. I know I butchered that name, but hey, I'm okay with it. I am horrible with names, as you guys can tell, but Cleveland allowing the 7th most points to the small forward position. This game being a high over-under matchup, 240 over-under. I don't normally like to bet games with massive spreads, but I think this game will be closer with Cleveland on a back-to-back. So give me Brandon Ingram to go over 19.5 points, coming to minus 117 on DraftKings. Jump into my second play in the late game, Utah versus Atlanta. Like I said earlier, I think this game would be a great close game. 233 over under. Atlanta on a back-to-back coming to Utah. That is a little difficult to come from the Sacramento to Utah in this game. I think altitude will probably play a factor in this game, but I'm going to stick to the home team side of the ball since they're the rested team, and that's Lauri Markkanen. I think Lauri Markkanen has another great game. We took us over earlier this season. I'm back at it like a bad habit. So give me Lauri Markkanen to score 25-plus points, coming to minus 136 on DraftKings. He has a 64% hit. Oh, no, my bad. That's for a different stat. He's gone over 7 for his last 10 games, averaging 29.1 points per game this last 10 games. He's gone over 1 for his last 2 against Atlanta, averaging only 23 points per game. But the last 2 games he played against Atlanta, he had 11 in the first game, and that was a 30-point blowout. And then he just had 35-plus points against them in the most recent game, and he was on fire. Banging 8 threes in that game, and he's been great. These last 5 games, he's had 20, 25, 12, 21, and then he just had 35-point game at home against Indiana. The one game where he had 12 points was against Minnesota, where that game was a 40-point blowout, so I'm not really fully looking into that one. So he's been super steady overall, and at home this season, he's been even better. Last 5 home games, he's averaging 31.8 points per game, having 20, 51, 32, 21, and 35 in the most recent games. So he's better at home than he is on the road this season. Atlanta ranks 20th in points. Atlanta ranks 20th in paint points, where Lauri Markkanen takes 22% of his shots. Nice, another little 2K hot zone. And I think no one on this Atlanta team is as strong or is as tall as Lauri Markkanen. He's going to have Jalen Johnson guarding him in this game, and I think Lauri Markkanen can just bully him down below, where all the other guards for Utah, I think they're going to struggle a little bit. Dyson Daniels, one of the best defenders in the league. I think they're going to hound those guards for Utah, so I think this is going to be a Lauri Markkanen game because of that. And small forwards have had some big games against Atlanta. Franz Wagner had 27. Isaac Okoro had 10. Terrence Mann, 11. Tristan Da Silva, 20. Brandon Ingram, our guy, 20. Dalton Knecht, 14. And Derek Jones Jr. hit his over as well. He's averaging 20.2 field goal attempts per game this season, so we love that volume. And when he has that green light to shoot whenever he wants, a key number for his shooting volume is 17 shots. When he takes 17 plus shots in a game this season, he gets the over 75% of the time. We love that. There's only been 4 games where he shot below, and one of them was a blowout. I have him projected here at 27 plus points here. So we can, again, a nice little 2-point advantage here in this game. But I think Lauri Markkanen has a great game here at home. Last 5 home games, averaging 31.8 points per game. Last 2 against Atlanta, not the best, but he shows that he is capable to go crazy against this Atlanta team. It's over 7 for his last 10 this season, averaging 29.1 points per game. I think Lauri Markkanen has another great game. Close game overall, so this game just needs to be close. I trust Lauri to get the over for us. So give me Lauri Markkanen to go over. Not go over. To score 25 plus points, coming in -136 on DraftKings. And those are my 2 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, let me know down below what's your favorite play, small or slate card, or let me know what's your favorite play in the NFL. I love telling you guys in the comments section. Only 2 plays here. Yesterday was a better day, but not the best day. If I just stayed away from those added plays, it would have been an even better day. But today I'm feeling it. Today is the 2-0 sweep. We're going with Lauri Markkanen, 25 plus points, and then Brandon Ingram over 19.5 points on DraftKings. Both are on DraftKings. I think that, again, this Utah game, I think the guards will struggle in this game. I was leaning Ace Bailey as an over in this game as well, but I'm sticking with Lauri Markkanen right now. Early in the season, later in the season, we could probably pivot to Ace Bailey as it goes on, but I think he might struggle in this tough defensive matchup. 2 plays for you today. Fun NBA Cup Friday for us tomorrow, so massive, massive day tomorrow. Hopefully having a wonderful day. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.